very fast-paced world where we are constantly multitasking and to-do list checking that we can very easily mistake hearing for listening. Hearing just happens as passive. Listening, though, is a choice. When we are with people, I believe it's worth it to slow down, take a breath, take in the moment, and offer someone the sincerity of our heartfelt listening. Nothing gives me greater pleasure than to create a space of grace for people to step into, to be the most interesting, fascinating person in the world, because they are. But guess what? I love you. That floored me. Floored me. My nephew Mason said that, and it showed me that he was listening. All those years ago, when he was 4 and a half, and I said that to him all the time. We would be anywhere, doing anything, out shopping, making breakfast, folding laundry, and I'd slip into the conversation, guess what? He'd say, what? I'd say, I love you. And he'd say, I know, Aunt Karen, you tell me every day. Such an indecision to be told I love you. That was 4 and a half years ago, or 5 years ago, when he was 4 and a half. Tough kid. He'd been through some things. At 4 and a half, he'd been removed from his family home, back in Illinois where we lived. Fortunately, it's a tree of many branches, and my sister and brother-in-law were the last stop, the last limb between him and the foster system. When he started hanging out with our family, I barely knew the child existed, but it was clear from day one he was my people. Almost instantly, we were at the park, at the zoo, at the arcade. We were practically inseparable. As a matter of fact, he lived with me for 5 weeks to fill in a gap, and I took care of him 24/7 in that time. I had no idea back then that listening to him and listening for him, in whatever place he was in, mad, sad, glad, as he processed his world, would pave the way for the relationship we have today. That someday, that feisty, little tough kid with the bad attitude would repeat back those same words. Guess what? I love you. Fast forward 5 years later, today, this little guy has landed on his feet. He's thriving, thriving. Another aunt on the extensive family tree, and her husband have adopted her. And a year ago, they moved from the Midwest to Florida. Everybody's happy. It's actually a beautiful story of family and finding family. And these days, I still love listening to this little guy. I never know what he's going to come up with. He's smart, he's creative, he's original, quite frankly, he's sophisticated, and he is so funny. He also doesn't care about pleasing people, which makes him hilarious. Really, I never know what he's going to say. A few of his greatest hits lately. On a sunset cruise, Mason, look, dolphins! Dolphins on the side of the boat! Aunt Karen, I live in Florida now. Dolphins are like humans here. They're practically everywhere. Noted. He's getting an allowance now. Big guy, almost 10. Mason, tell me about the chores you do. Life's kind of a chore, Aunt Karen. There's so much to keep up with. My favorite recent, though, after much coaxing, I finally got him onto the Arboretum. That sounds like walking, Aunt Karen. Can't we stay home and play video games? But we got there. An early morning, still quiet. He did the most interesting, inspired thing. He got out his phone and started recording the sounds of the Arboretum. Walked a few paces, pressed record, scratched the bark. Walked a few paces, rustled the palm frond. Walked a few more paces, recorded a babbling stream. And we stood there right on the trail, played it back, and listened to the sounds of the Arboretum. He said, I love this. This is so peaceful. I want this to be my sleep sounds. It was quite magical. My love of nature, his affinity for technology. We let the Arboretum speak to us. The everyday, seemingly understated act of listening, really listening, can often be overlooked. but I have seen firsthand the profound impact it has on my life and my relationships, especially with this little guy. These days when he says, guess what, I love you, or I miss you, or I wish we could spend more time together, I know that I not only need to listen, but act. So guess what I'm doing this weekend? I'm driving 4 hours to Clearwater to watch a bunch of 9-year-olds play basketball. It's a surprise, and it's going to be great. My invitation to you, be someone's listener. Be someone's listener. Not their fixer, just their listener. May not even require many words. And you never know when they'll look at you and say, guess what?